Okay, so what happens if we have multiple tasks within our playbook, but we only want to execute specific tasks at specific times, like whenever we feel like it? So instead of using conditions, as in if A equals 1 and B equals 2 or C equals 3, and using conditions and then having to change around values, what if we could tag our tasks and say, hey, I only want to run the tasks that have this particular tag on them? Well, we can do that. What we can actually do at this top level here is we can apply the tags keyword, right? And if we come over to the documentation here, you can see the tags is just a list of strings. Okay, it's just a list of values. That's all it is. So what we can actually do over here is we can say, okay, we can say hello underscore key. Okay, and as you can see, I've changed the code slightly. I've created 3 tasks here, and the first one prints out the item.key, the second one prints out the item.value, and the third one just simply prints hello world. Okay, doesn't use any variables at all. So this tag can have hello key. Okay, and we can add a second tag for demonstration, which can be hello variable. Okay, and then down here we can add tags, and then we can go hello value, because here we're actually printing out the value and not the key. Okay, that's why I'm saying hello key and hello value. But because we're working with a variable in this task as well, we can do hello variable. Okay, and then down here we can go tags. In fact, we won't put any tags on that right now, so we can see what the result looks like. So we've got 3 tasks, and 2 of them have tags on them, and each one has its own unique tag, and they both have a shared tag, which is hello variable. So how do we then filter on our tasks, right? So if I go ahead and run this code now, let's see what happens. So it's actually just executed everything. So there's our hello world, which is our 3rd task. There's our 2nd task, and as you can see, it's printing out the value, male 35, male, Mike C 35, Mike C, it's the value. And over here it's printing out the key, gender, age, name, gender, age, name. Okay, it's one of them is printing out the keys, and the second task down here is printing out the values, and then the 3rd one is just printing out hello world. So it executed all of them, right? So how do we implement the tasks? Well, it's actually quite simple. How do we implement the tags? So it's really quite simple. We can, first of all, the first one is if we only want to target specific tags, is we say --tags equals, okay, and then we can go hello variable. Okay, and now if we hit enter, it will only run tasks that have that tag assigned to them. And as you can see, we now only have, there's our command. We've only got 1 debug, 2 debug, but we don't have the 3rd one. It's been completely skipped, and doesn't even tell you it skipped it. It just simply does not run it at all. It ignores it entirely, because the 3rd task does not have the hello variable tag assigned to it. So let's see what happens if we assign it, right? Okay, so we've added that tag there now. That will now reintroduce the 3rd debug task, which is to print hello world. So now let's go back and take that off. And now let's see what happens if we say that we want to skip hello world, because what happens if we want to run this 3rd task, but we don't want to run anything that's tagged with hello variable? So what we can actually do is, instead of --tags, we can do --skip tags. Okay, so that'll skip the first 2 tasks, and instead we'll just get the 3rd one that says hello world. Okay, now if we go back, we can see up here we've got hello key and hello variable, right? So now we can go, okay, well, I want to run hello key and No, I just want to run hello key actually, sorry. So now if we run that, we literally just get the one task. So now only the first debug task has executed and the second one has not. So that is essentially very basic level tagging, and tags can be applied at different levels. They can be applied in different places. The documentation goes into that in great detail, and you will find that as you practice and start writing code and start using tags, they can be used to very, very greatly speed up the executions of your playbooks. So as you continue to write Ansible playbooks and they get more complicated, you will find that tags make it easier to target very specific part of the playbook and therefore speed up the execution greatly. Because if you have a playbook with, say, 100 tasks in it, it's possible that you might only want to execute the first 10 or the last 10. And so if you use tags, because that becomes a common recurring theme that you're only ever running the last 10, you may want to tag those last 10 so you can jump straight to them. An actual better long-term solution though would be to put those tasks in a separate playbook, but tags are also an option. So tags are very, very powerful and they're very, very useful, but they're also, as you can see here, extremely simple to implement and use.